light a little Palo Santo, you know, kind of set the mood, or maybe you want to turn some lights down, so anything like that. And you want to turn on some music. Ooh, let me turn off my alerts, put myself on Do Not Disturb. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I want you to hear that. Okay, Do Not Disturb. So go ahead and let's just start lying down on our backs today. So when you're ready, just lay down on your back. And personally, I like to take a moment before I just plop myself down to kind of get my wiggles out. So maybe you literally want to just kind of shake your arms, shake your legs. Maybe you just want to take a great big full body stretch. So anything that would feel just a little bit good to you. And then eventually constructive rest pose. So you guys have probably figured out I love this position. It's really just gentle and therapeutic. So your feet are wider than your hips, mat width distance. And then let your knees fall in. So they don't have to touch, but if they do, great. Doesn't matter. And then let's bring one hand to our heart and one hand to our belly. And either close your eyes, or if you don't like closing your eyes, then you can keep them open, but soften your gaze. You guys are probably like, who doesn't like closing their eyes? But people don't. It's like a trauma sensitive thing. All right, so just take a moment to really let yourself kind of arrive here on your mat, here in your body, and start to feel into your breath, just that rise and fall, that expansion and contraction. And let's start with a three rounds of a 3-part inhale. So we'll start low belly, then mid ribs, then chest and upper back, and then we'll exhale for 10 seconds. Invitation as you exhale, if you want to exhale through your teeth like you're hissing. So sounds like this. Like you're a snake. I don't know if you can hear that over Zoom. Hopefully you could. So start by just exhaling all the way to emptiness. Inhale into your low belly. So feel your low belly puff up into your hand. And then take that same breath up into your mid ribs, mid abdomen, mid back. Same breath, move it all the way up into your heart space. Hold through your teeth for 10 seconds. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to emptiness, and then begin again. Low belly, low back. Mid ribs, mid back. All the way up. Fill up as big as you can. Crown of your head. Slowly through your teeth. Let it go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to emptiness. And then one more time. Low belly, low back. Think even pelvis, pelvic floor. Mid ribs, mid back, side bodies. Chest, shoulders, upper back, crown of your head. So as full as you can get. 10 seconds, let it go. 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty. Now just take a great big inhale. Hold, extra sip at the top. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. Oh. Good job, you guys. Start to drop into your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And see if you can still feel your belly expanding as you breathe in. And contracting, dropping down as you breathe out. So that deep diaphragmatic breath, that's your Ujjayi breath, comes all the way down from your diaphragm. You hear it, you feel it as it moves through the back of your throat. Keep this breath moving and flowing. And just hug both of your knees in towards your belly. You can grab fronts of shins, backs of thighs, or just your kneecaps are perfectly fine. Take a little rock from side to side for a moment. And after a few rocks from side to side, keep holding onto your right knee. Extend your left leg forward, set it on the ground. Reach your right arm out to the right. Scoot your hips over to the right and roll onto your left side. Gaze up or gaze over your right shoulder and take 3 big, spacious Ujjayi breaths. Good job, you guys. After your 3 breaths, come back to center. Keep your left leg extended long, but kind of adjust as much as you need to. So you're back in alignment, hips straight down from your shoulders. Draw your right knee up towards your right armpit. Hands around the front of your shin or the back of your thigh. And give it a great big squeeze. Take a great big Buddha belly breath. Half happy baby. Grab hold of your right foot. Draw down. So pull down with your right arm as you press up with your right heel and flex back through your toes. Imagine there's a heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh and try to keep a nice neutral spine. Good job. One last big deep breath here. And then release your right leg. Full body stretch, arms overhead, legs long. For a moment, actively reach. So reach, and notice if you're like me and your ribs lift. See if you can press your back ribs down just a little bit. Keep reaching. Take one more inhale. Exhale, draw your left knee in. Maybe you give it a little squeeze or kind of move your knee around for a moment. But eventually we're going to move into our spinal twist. So in your own time, left arm out to the left, hips over to the left long edge of your mat, and then roll off, scoot over onto your right side. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. Big, spacious breaths. And I'll just leave it up to you. When you feel like you're pretty much even on both sides, come back to center and adjust your hips as needed. So back into alignment. Hug your left knee up towards your left armpit. So big squeeze and take that big, deep belly breath. Half happy baby with your left leg. Press up through left heel, flex back through your left toes. Neutral spine. Big deep breaths, couple more. And this time, rather than a full body stretch, let's take it into a full happy baby. So bring your right leg up, grab hold of your right foot, just kind of rock it out for a moment. You want to extend your legs at all or play a little bit, go for it. After a few breaths in happy baby, hug your knees in, grab hold front of shins, backs of thighs, or you can even just reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Rock and roll a few times forward and back. So you can do this as long as you want to. Eventually rock up, cross your ankles, and just roll over. Actually, let's go to a seated position. I want to do a little bit of neck work today, you guys. My neck feels tight, so we get to stretch our necks. So find a comfortable seat. If that means you sit up on top of a bolster or a blanket or a pillow, perfect, awesome. Block. And then sitting up nice and tall, just let your arms relax down by your sides to begin with. Let your right ear drop down towards your right shoulder. If this feels like enough, this is where you want to stay. Totally fine. Otherwise, take your right hand up and bring it just above your left ear and a gentle pressure. So press hand into head, head back up into hand. Visualize your breath in the left side of your neck. If you want to add a little bit more, here are your options. And not necessarily more, this will just kind of change what you're getting or what you're feeling. So first option, if you want, you can use your left hand to just kind of massage underneath your jaw and along the side of your neck, just very gently. So give yourself some self-massage if you want. If you have no interest in that, your left arm might reach out to the left and towards the ground. If you want, your left arm might wrap behind your back. So forearm kind of drapes across your low back. And sometimes this is just another variation. I like to sit on top of my hand, palm faces the ground, fingers face in. Take about 3 more rounds. Soft through your face. End of your next exhale. Let both arms come down by your sides, wherever they're at, down by your sides now. And then chin to chest, so just roll your head forward. Take a moment here. You might even draw like little miniature smiley faces with the crown of your head, just little baby smiley faces. And then eventually, when you're ready, other side, so left ear over towards your left shoulder. Breathe for a moment here, and if you want to, this is where you can stay the entire time. If you'd like, left hand comes up to the right side of your head and just above your ear. Gently press your hand into head, head back into hand. Deep breaths. Any of those variations, self-massage, arm wraps behind. Just feel whatever's there on this side. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing. There's something going on with my jaw right now. It's driving me nuts. All right, one more round. And then whenever you're ready, maybe we are on the other side a little longer. So if you want to stay a little longer, absolutely feel free to do so. But eventually just arms by your sides and bring your chin back towards your chest. Take just a moment here, or those little smiley faces. So just ever so gently moving your head from side to side a little bit. Like you're drawing smiley faces with the crown of your head. Chin to chest. And then lift your head straight up. Stack it back up on top of your spinal column. And then just for a moment, as you sit up nice and tall, bring awareness to your tongue. Gently press the tip of your tongue up to the roof of your mouth, just behind the backs of your teeth. And then see if you can press the entire top of your tongue up into the cavity of your mouth, like the very roof of your mouth. And then notice if that changes anything in your posture. So you're just engaging the muscles. It's helping you engage the muscles kind of right underneath your jaw and into your neck. I don't know. It's just little structural kind of realignment type things. I just like to play with them. So see how that feels for you. And then whenever you're ready, you guys just go ahead and come forward to your hands and to your knees. From hands and knees. Same old intuitive movement. So whatever would feel good in your own body. Maybe that's just sitting back into a child's pose and resting, finding your breath. Maybe that's hip circle, cat cow. And then in your next few rounds, no rush. Let's meet back in a downward facing dog. So take your time, no hurry whatsoever. Once you're back in down dog, friends, few rounds of breath just to feel into your dog pose today. Maybe pedalize your heels or shift your weight around. Your head, a little nod or a little shake. Take one more great big inhale. Push the ground away with your fingertips. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you'd like to get there, find your way up into your forward fold. Once you have arrived, hang out in your fold for a few breaths. If you want to make it a ragdoll, please feel free. Grab opposite elbows, kind of bounce or bob or sway. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift position. Exhale and fold. Root through your feet, take it all the way up to stand. Arms to the sky, stretch tall. Hands to heart, exhale. Let's flow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Inhale at the top of your push-up, find your strength. Spread your fingers wide and exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, heart lift. Open your heart, roll your shoulders back and down. Find your own back bend. Exhale, down dog. You can keep it as low, take it as high as you want in your heart opener. Take a great big inhale into your dog pose. Push the ground away. Exhale, gaze forward, feet to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift position with your in-breath. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet and rise all the way up, arms to the sky. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, let's do that again. Inhale, high mountain. Dive down as you exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. See if you can keep that exhale going this time as you lower down. Back bend of your choice, lift your heart. Inhale and exhale, down dog. Inhale, push the ground away, lots of length. Exhale, look forward, step tiptoe or hop, forward fold. Lift halfway with your inhalation. Exhale, let it go. All the way up to stand, arms reach up, stretch. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Okay, friends, inhale, arms to the sky. Chair pose this time as you exhale, sit low. Weight in your heels. See if you can pick up your toes and spread them apart. See if you can feel a connection to your center. So draw your belly button in and up. One more round, see if you can sit a little bit lower. Very end of your exhalation, forward fold, let it go. Inhale to your halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Listen here, side plank, right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of right foot. Or if you want, right knee or right forearm can come down to modify. So you do you. Big deep breaths. One more big inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to switch to the other side. So slowly bring it over to the left. Left hand is your base. Your own variation. Modify it any way you want. Lift your hips. Breathe deeply. Feel the strength in your left side. Try not to strain for your face or your neck. One more round. Back to a plank position or a modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, slowly lower. Heart lifts, breathe in. Hips lift, breathe out. Right leg high, inhale. Exhale, right foot steps forward. Rise up to crescent, breathe in. And then exhale, hands to your front thigh, preparing for a balance. Draw your belly button back and up. Gaze down or slightly forward of your front foot. And when you are ready, float your back foot off the ground, so lean forward. See if you want to stay here or see if you want to add some arms. Neither one is better than the other. So you do you. One last big deep breath. And come back to a crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Listen, three-legged down dog, right leg back and up. Peel your right hip open. So bend your right knee. Stay here or option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down behind you. Right arm reaches forward, heart forward. If you're in the back bend, one or two more deep breaths if you can. Then everybody back to a regular down dog. Walk it out, find your breath. Awesome job. One more big inhale, down dog. Exhale, look forward. Step, tiptoe, or hop, top of your space, forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Root through your feet all the way up, arms reach. Hands to heart, exhale. Very nice, you guys. Let's do it again. Inhale, high mountain. Chair pose, exhale. All right, this time you can stay in regular chair or turn it into a chair plane. Swing your arms back. Stay in chair plane or turn it into a drinking bird. Woo, float up to your tiptoes. And then sit a little lower, bend your knees more. One more breath wherever you're at. Option to stay on your tippy toes. Inhale, high mountain. Maybe stay on your tiptoes as you slowly dive down. Exhale. Woo, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Pause in your plank. Listen here, you guys, come down to forearms. So forearm plank pose. Press into your right forearm, roll into the baby toe edge of right foot. Forearm side plank. Left arm to the sky, your left arm reaches forward past the top edge of your mat. If you want a modification, you can always step your left foot out in front of your body like I'm doing right now, and put some weight on it. One more big, deep, full body breath. And then let's switch to the other side, slowly, intentionally. Left forearm comes down, roll into the baby toe edge of left foot. Right arm up, or bicep next to ear. Feet can be stacked, staggered, or right foot steps out in front of you. Maybe you want to go for a forearm wild thing. Wherever you're at, one more great big huge breath. And then forearm plank pose. From your forearm plank, keep your core strong, press up to your hands. Take an inhale at the top of your push-up, come to your knees if you want to modify, exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot through. Rise up to crescent, inhale, strong legs. Exhale, hands to your front thigh, lean forward. You might move your back foot forward a little bit as you prepare for your balance. Draw your belly button back towards your spine. Gaze forward slightly and then launch up your back foot. Uppercase letter T is what we're going for. Maybe you want to stay right here. Maybe you want to play with an arm variation. Back leg strong, back foot active. One more full deep breath wherever you're at. Crescent lunge, land softly if you can. Breathe in. Exhale, hands come down. Listen, three-legged down dog, left leg to the sky. Open your left hip, bend your left knee. Stay right here, or option to flip. Left foot comes down behind you. Left arm reaches forward. Breathe into your front body. If you're in the back bend, whenever you feel like the love is lost, that's what my friend James Hardy likes to say. Come back to a regular down dog. And then just walk it out. Everybody, walk it out in your down dog. You can come straight down into a child's pose anytime. Or if you want to, you can move through a vinyasa to get there. So you can come forward, lower down. And then just, when you're ready, sit back into your child's pose. Woo. I thought maybe at the beginning of class, you guys were like, is she gonna actually teach a flow class? So I had to teach a flow class real quick. Now we're all good. So in your child's pose, just reconnect to your breath. Maybe a couple big sighs out your mouth would feel really nice. And let's come up to hands and knees. From hands and knees, let's move into a spinal balance. So right arm forward, left leg back. From here, you can stay here if you want to and just work here. Perfect. Otherwise, right arm reaches back, bend your left knee, lift your heart. If it's available, grab hold of the top of your left foot or your left ankle. Hug in with your inner thighs. Breathe out into your belly. And work your pose by kicking foot into hand, pulling hand back into foot. One or two more breaths. Soften your face. End of your next exhale. Everybody come back to that spinal balance. So right arm forward, left leg back. Breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl in, hollow out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tabletop. Extend your right leg straight out to the right with your toes facing forward. Sole of your foot is on the ground. Heel comes straight directly out from your hips. Left arm out to the left and then up to the sky. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, thread your left arm underneath you. Gently rest down on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. If you don't like having your right leg extended, so gate it out to the right. You can set your right knee on the ground at any time, no big deal. Big deep breaths. Good job, everybody. If you happen to have your right hand lifted, set it back on the ground. On an inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it out and up. And exhale, left hand comes down. Pick up your right foot, swing your right toes off the left edge of your yoga mat. And then pull your hips, if you can, over to the right. Use back over your left shoulder. So lengthen through your right side. Maybe you're gonna bend your elbows, so you might even round a little or arch, just feel around. One more big deep breath. Back to tabletop. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot through. And from here, we're just gonna move into a wide-legged forward fold. So walk both of your hands over to the left long edge of your mat. Turn your toes to face the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten both of your legs. Take an inhale into a halfway lift. So you can leave your hands on the ground or block, or maybe you want to reach your arms out. Anything you want to do for a moment in your halfway lift. I like to really find length, find my center, and then either work into your fold, or if there's any other way you want to explore, feel free. You've got about 5 to 7 deep breaths. All right, my friends, finish up where you're working. One more big full body breath. And then come back to a halfway lift. Inhale, fingertips on the ground. Walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward, back to low lunge. Back to a three-legged dog. Take your right leg back and up. Open up your hip again. Stay here as long as you want to. Eventually, pigeon pose, right? Shin to the top of your mat. Set your body down. If you'd rather take this in a seat or on your back, please feel free. So find the structure of this pose. It's not pleasant. It makes it more effort. There's a little more effort or energy, strength, what we call integrity. It's not always easy, but there's a reason why we do it. So find the integrity of the pose. And then soften around it, soften into it. Keep pulling your right butt cheek, your right hip back and up as you bow forward. If you want to take it deeper, all you have to do is scoot your back knee back a little bit. Focus on your big, deep breaths. Let's just say 3 to 5 more rounds in your pigeon. Try out your mouth anytime. we'll all find our way up into a seat. So slowly, mindfully start to come into a seated position. So if you're in a regular pigeon, you can just kind of sit over onto your right butt cheek, swing your left leg around. Both legs out in front of you for a moment. Give them just a nice little shake out. You might even kind of pound your thighs a little bit. All right. Feet together, knees apart. If this is hard for you, if you feel like you're gonna roll backwards, your tailbone's kind of tucking under, sit up on top of something. These are my hot tub towels. So sit up on top of some hot tub towels or shower towels or a blanket. So feet together. They do not have to be super close to you, but get them as close to you can as close to you as you can without feeling like you're going to roll backwards, okay? So from here, grab hold of the front of your ankles or the front of your shins, press your heels together a lot, start to pull your heart forward and draw your shoulders back. So we're not rounding and curling our tailbones under and trying to get our head towards the ground. We're lengthening, we're leading with our heart. Hinge, keep hinging. And then when you can't go any further with that length, just relax into it. You can walk your hands forward, keep pressing your heels together. Breathe down into your hips. Notice, where is the tension? Where's the resistance? Use your breath. Soften your face, your forehead. And as you're ready, in your next couple of rounds, just start to slowly come back up. Bring your knees together and just give them a squeeze. So tiny little ball. Squeeze your knees or your shins, arms around your shins. And then eventually back to hands and knees, tabletop. You can take a little bit of intuitive movement there, some cat-cows, or maybe you want to sit back into a child's pose, come forward towards some sort of heart opener, front body opener. But when you're ready, everybody downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, left foot forward. Bring your hands over to the right long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten out your legs. Listen, halfway lift. Inhale. Hands to hips. Rise all the way up to a standing position. So you're standing up. I'm just going to turn around so I'm not facing away from you guys, but you don't have to turn around. So you're in a standing position with your legs wide like this. Pivot your heels in, toes out, bend your knees. You want your knees pretty much right on top of your ankles. So if you need to adjust so that this isn't what you're doing, this isn't what you're doing, straight down, hands to the tops of your thighs. Inhale like you're doing a standing cow pose. Stick your butt out, lift your heart. As you exhale, twist towards the back of your mat. Inhale through center. Twist towards the front of your mat. Exhale. Press your knees open really nice and wide. Stay low in your legs. Inhale through center. Other side. Exhale. Inhale center. Stay low to the front. Exhale. Inhale center. You can stay here as long as you want. Kind of hang out, sway it out. Whenever you're ready, friends, please, no hurry. But just take it all the way back down into your wide-legged fold. Find your Ujjayi breath once again. Next time you inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes forward so you're back in a little lunge. And then three-legged down dog, left leg back and up. Open your left hip. Stay here as long as you want to. Whenever you're ready, pigeon pose. Left shin comes forward. Set your body down gently. Take as much time, much care, as much awareness to set yourself up on this side as you did on the other side. Use your big deep breaths to soften around the pose. Take about 3 or 4 more. And then we'll find our way again into a seated position. So no hurry, but whenever you're ready, just start to find your way into a seat. Legs out in front of you and gently just shake them out. Wiggle it out. Pound it out. Windshield wiper it out, perhaps. Ooh, let's do that. That feels so good. Windshield wiper it out, you guys. And then after a few rounds of these windshield wipers, ooh, come all the way down to your back. Feet together, knees apart. If this bothers your low back a lot, or at all, I should say, just scoot your feet a little further away from your upper body and see if that helps. Arms down by your sides or out to your sides, palms face down. Press your heels together. Exhale, empty all the way out. And inhale, lift your butt up. Squeeze through your outer glutes. And see if you can lift your hips higher. Imagine somebody's pressing down on your inner knees. So try to keep your knees down as you lift your hips up. Squeeze your outer glutes. Take one more big deep breath. Lift, lift, lift. And then let it go. Take a moment and you might even kind of gently, gently bounce it out. And then do 2 more rounds like that. Make any adjustments needed. Exhale all your air out. Press your heels together. Press your palms down. Inhale, lift your hips up. Squeeze your outer glutes, breathe all the way down into your low belly, into your pelvis. Imagine somebody's pressing your knees towards the ground and you're pressing up against them. Lift your hips one last round. Press your heels and release. Take a moment, relax, or gentle bounces. And then we got one final round. Make any adjustments needed. Exhale. Press your heels together. Inhale, lift your hips. Lift as high as you can. Knees stay down, hips lift up. Squeeze your outer glutes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lift, lift, lift. Breathe. And let it go. Bring your knees up. Feet wide, knees together, just like we started class. Constructive rest pose. Hands, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, just like we started class. Breathe all the way down into your pelvic bowl. Slow, steady breath. Give your knees a hug in towards your belly. And then a happy baby pose. Maybe a few rocks and your happy baby. Maybe some extension through your legs, one of them, both of them. And then give yourself about 10 more rounds of breath. Move through any poses you want to. So any finishing movements, any little stretches. Maybe you use a wall at your house or any props you might have at your house. So anything else that your body is calling for, anything else that would feel good. If it means coming back up into a seated position or even a standing position, feel free. Your time. And then you guys, after about 10 rounds, no hurry, start your transition into your final relaxation. So whatever that might look like for you today. You're welcome to get something to kind of cover your eyes or a blanket for your body or any extra layers of clothing. As you are just kind of settling into your Shavasana, you might want to give yourself one last great big falling out breath, just a great big inhale and then an open mouth sigh. Ah. And as you just relax, give in. As you allow yourself to really just rest here in a meditation, I will read to you All right, my friends, let me find a good one for you. So this is by Beth Foster, of course. This says, this is meditation. That's what it's called. This is meditation. Let what comes come. Let what goes go. Do not try to push away what comes. It is already here and it will pass. Do not try to cling to what goes. Believing is natural. Let what stays stay. Let what dies die. Let what lives live. Be the wide open space for it all. Every thought, every feeling, be the awareness, be the ocean, allow the waves. This is meditation. This is your true self. When we let go of all that stuff we're trying to control on the outside, we feel into that place inside of us that can just hold space, that can just allow the waves to flow through. For these last few moments, see if you can connect with that space inside of you, even if just for a moment. Only way to see if you can connect with it really is to just let everything come and go. Let what comes come, let what goes go. See what happens. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And just start to gently bring movement back into your body. Wiggle fingers, toes. As you are ready, Find your way onto either side, just a fetal position. And after a couple breaths in fetal position, use your arms to guide your body up into seated meditation. So sit up for one last moment, close your eyes, gather your hands to your own heart. Prayer position or palms pressing one on top of the other. Just bow your head to your heart and acknowledge yourself for taking time out of your day to do your practice, to feel your body, to feel your breath. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste.
Thanks, Katie.
And you're so welcome. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.